All right, thank you, everybody. Welcome to our post-match press conference for Semifinal 2 for the 2024 NCAA National Championship. We're joined by Long Beach State head coach Alan Knipe and student athletes Aiden Knipe, Sotira Shapanis, and Nathan Harlan. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then open it up for questions. Raise your hand and we will bring the mic to you.
Wow. Yeah, I think both the matches tonight lived up to what everybody was hoping that the four best teams in the country would deliver. So huge credit to Grand Canyon. They're a handful. There's just so many athletes on that team, and they do some things to really stress you. And it created a little bit of a gut check for us, obviously, because we found ourselves at the end of two sets, statistically in a lot of areas doing really well, actually better than our opponent. And we found ourselves down 0-2. And it's not like in basketball where maybe you're down at 4 at the half. You're down 0-2, and you have a big hill to climb. But this team's pretty special when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I think they realized that there was a play here or there in those sets that it could have went either way, and they needed to just let that go. They needed to flush that and get to the next set. And they were great. They were so dialed in the timeouts and what they wanted to do, and obviously the energy was great. And I thought, I think a big part of the success of our match was Nathan. I think that he came in and instantly made some plays, and obviously we were doing pretty good out there when Clark was out there. No disrespect to what he was doing, but Nathan came in instantly and scored some points, made some out-of-system plays, scored from the end line, then he ended it, and just gave us just that little bit of energy that we needed and to get us back into that. And then, I got to thank the amazing LB Nation crowd, because you could feel the crowd, not just hear them, and that was huge. The guys that helped push them through when maybe other teams could hear the bus running already. They weren't. They wanted to get back in the fight. So I'm really proud of them. I know the first I didn't watch a whole lot of it yet, that first match, but I know it had a lot of similarities to our match. So we look forward to getting back to the hotel and getting some rest and some hydration and have some time to prep. But we'll appreciate in the moment a little bit right now of what just happened. It was pretty special, and then we'll get ready for UCLA to play for a national championship on Saturday.
All right, Mike in the front row.
Nathan, just tell us a little bit about your night. You're serving, and then you come in and I think you had the solo block in the third set that kind of charged up the crowd. What was that moment like, and what was just kind of the night like from your perspective?
I'm out there, to have fun. I like having fun is, the reason why I play the game. And I figured that, the guys and the gym and the fans needed a little something to get them going. So that's what I did. No matter what form it came in, I tried my best to get everybody, in LB Nation, to get fired up, to get us back into that third set, to then come back and win in 5. So that's all I can really say.
For all the players kind of watching throughout the match, you all seem to be also interacting with your fans a little bit, telling them to get louder and cupping your ears to them. I just want to ask, how much were you feeding off that, and just how much did that motivate you as they continue to get louder?
First, I would like to congratulate GCU on such an amazing season. They play amazing. We were watching outside the UCI game, and sometimes you wonder, this is the type of volleyball we play. And I'm really proud of my guys that we're able to be such a good team. Again, congrats to their season. It just, I don't know, when you have you gotta feel of their energy sometimes. You need that, and when you can't find it internally. Our fans are just so amazing, and we're grateful for them. And without them, we wouldn't have made it this far. And it's not just this game; it's all the games we had so far that they're giving us that little extra boost.
I'll go. I can kind of just tag off my last answer. It's so much fun. Especially I like to get a little animated with my arms. Get the people going, and just we got to make plays to keep the fans happy. And the fans were very happy tonight. And that's what makes me happy as well.
Aiden, at the end of the second set, was there anything among the group of you that was said in the huddle? And then also, what does it take, like, from a focus and intensity viewpoint at that juncture when you're down like that?
Well, first of all, I'm going to apologize for my voice because I was celebrating a little bit. But this team has been through this before. It's very reminiscent of the semifinals at UCLA 2 years ago. Like, this same group has done this same exact thing before. So there wasn't really much said. There was guys just carrying themselves with confidence and knowing what we need to do to execute, block a couple more balls, be better from the end line, dig a couple more balls because we were getting out dug big at that point. So it was more just finding our stride, finding our confidence.
Taylor Rodriguez, host of Set Point on iSports Radio here. Coach, tell me, the atmosphere was just so electric. What could you, if you possibly could, maybe modify it to maybe, get this whole big time match just well known and whatnot, and maybe promote this whole thing more?
I don't know what we can do about that right now. All I know is we did what we were supposed to do. We created those two teams put on a match for the ages, and in the semifinals of a national championship and of a Final Four. And my hope is that a lot of people tuned in and watched it. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some numbers on it. Maybe a lot of people did, but I think people will definitely go back and watch the stream. And I know we come back to this topic a lot at this tournament, and it is important that we keep talking about growing our game, but we are growing. There are some things that are happening right now, so I'm gonna take a little different approach maybe that I did a couple years ago on it, and there are a lot of people doing a lot of things. We're growing to 8. We had the first real tournament on Tuesday with everybody playing in the quarters. It's passed to go to 12. It's just stuck in the finance part of the NCAA right now, so hopefully that'll change. And we're growing, and numbers are growing. Boys volleyball all across the country. States are adding high school boys volleyball at a big number. Things are happening, and there's a lot of people working really hard behind the scenes to make those things happen. So I just want to make sure as we want it to happen faster, and we want to grow quicker, and we want it to look a little grander in right now in front of us, I think it cheapens what a lot of people working really hard the last 5 to 10 years. So I'm going to say that I hope it continues to grow, and for those people that are logging all those hours to make it happen, keep going. We appreciate it, and it's noticed.
Teaching one of the LA Times, Aiden Allen was just talking about how you can just hear the crowd, but you could feel it. What did it feel like to you on the court?
Well, it's different for me. I don't interact with the crowd as much as these guys do. I kind of go tunnel vision, but I feel like I can do no wrong. It feels just everybody has my back.
So, Terrace, at the end of the fourth set, you stayed out there and made your teammates toss you balls so you could get in some extra swings. What was that all about?
I just wanted to work a little bit on my line swing, just in case I needed it. That's all.
And then when you got the first kill of the fifth set, did that feel rewarding from that?
I swing line. The first set of the tiebreak, I think I swung line.
The big.
Oh, the big. Oh, that was the big? Oh. Yeah. I'm confusing it with the third set, I think.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Coach, just ask about the fifth set. I know sometimes there's always a strategy involved. You started with 8 in serving. Can you just talk about the consideration that went into that and the strategy involved in that decision?
Yeah, not too much.
Aiden, Nathan, Sotiris, that point, I think it was the ninth point, whatever it was in the third set, but your block, when everything stopped, their guy got the yellow card, the crowd is going crazy. I've been in a lot of matches in the Pyramid over 17-something years. I don't know that I've ever heard it that loud. Have you heard it that loud? And just can you describe it as great a detail as you can, sort of just what that felt like?
Yeah. So when I got the block, it instantly, I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't even hear my own thoughts. I kind of looked around to see why I couldn't hear anything, and I saw thousands of Long Beach fans, cheering on, and it was awesome. And then I tried to like turn, and I got goosebumps, and I kind of like couldn't move for a second because I was really soaking in the environment and how good that felt. And yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got on it.
Very similar to Nate. It's so loud that you can hear nothing. Like you can't hear the crowd. It's just kind of you and your thoughts, but really you can't think either. It's just kind of being in the moment for that 20, 30 seconds, whatever it is. And Camden Gianni walked up to me at the beginning of the fourth set and said that was unbelievable, that specific point you're talking about. So.
This is for Sotos. It seems like all year you've been just thriving in chaos. So many different second ball putaways and out-of-system balls. You've still been able to be so consistent in getting that point in those broken plays. What's been your key to success? And Aiden, as a setter, being able to rely on guys like Nathan off the bench and then just chucking up balls to Sotos.
Talking about Aiden, it's just so easy to work with him. So you just tell him what you need and he's going to give it to you. Like knowing that you're going to get the ball, the spot you need, it helps so much. And talking about crunch time, sometimes it's kind of easier because you have no thoughts. It's just sometimes just the thoughts, the noise just go away. You know, you got to think you just kill the ball. So you just get a little extra adrenaline. So I love crunch time just in general. Yeah.
Not just tonight, but the entire season. My pastors have made my life really easy. So I get to free up the pins or the middles or whatever it is. So being able to have him bail me out when I don't stick a few balls here and there it helps the confidence. And same with Nathan. I knew coming off the bench, I'm not afraid to set him, whether he was into serve or whether he was into play on the left. I would run the bick or whatever it is to him, like without a second thought.
And this is the question for the players. Obviously, I've called Nathan Harlan the Swiss Army knife, but we also got to see another extra gear in the offense or serve game in Dane Hillis. Talk to us about Dane Hillis and how he's worked hard in practice and the impact he makes.
I'll get it going. The last, month, 2 months, Dane has been nonstop working on his serve and like playing on the first side and going back and forth with Dane on the second side. Like he causes mayhem in our gym, like especially like a lot more nowadays. And you definitely saw that tonight in like the third, fourth, fifth set whenever he served. And I mean, props to him. He, a lot of extra serving reps from him, and he was very determined that he wanted his chance to shine, and he definitely got it tonight.
I would like to add on this. This is also like the Long Beach legacy. If you see, like when we won, I'm not sure what it was. We were down 17-14 at tiebreak. Like, was it 2018? And again, they bail him out as serving sub, so he's part of who we are.
Alan, when we talked the other day, you mentioned how special this group is, obviously, because part of it's your kids there, So this victory means more than just that. You get another chance, and it also happens to be for a national championship. Can you just talk a little bit about what that means for you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I like to separate it, and the group is incredibly important to me from of what they've done for this program. So I'm happy for all of them. And that's where all my thoughts are. To be honest, until you brought that up, it hasn't been like an individual moment as far as father-son on that. I haven't even thought about it. But for you to bring it up, I mean, yeah, it's a wonderful moment as a family. I'm sure everybody on both UCLA's team and our team, parents and their kids are pretty excited that they're going to play for a national championship. So I'd lie to say that my wife and I are not excited about that. But I think that she has to carry that emotional side. I get to at least think I have something to do in the match and some control of it that keeps my mind from wandering into fatherhood. So, but yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity, and we're excited.
Coach, we've talked about you guys go through so much work to get to these kind of last match or two of the season. Down 2-0. What's your thought process? I know the players talk about, you guys talk about staying confident. You're obviously doing a lot of things well, like you said, but you really don't know until you get to a situation like that what the response looks like, and whether they're able to have it for half a set to win one or to carry it through for a match. So what was your thought process at that point, down 2-0 or early in the third set?
I'm a pretty simple creature. So there's not a lot other than we got to win this set. I'll worry about the fourth set when we get there. But right now, all my focus is going to go in on the fourth set, all in with all the people we have, whatever we can do. That's obviously why Nathan came in and we use different serving subs. I don't get too far ahead of myself. I know how this game works. We've been on both sides of that, and it can happen. Like I said before, in other sports, when a team gets that kind of separation, they would be up, and it would be a tough climb. It would be a couple of touchdowns in football or a big lead in basketball or something like that. But I think that the mindset is you got to flip that mindset. And as hard as it is to be down 0-2, it is 0-0. So if you can focus in on that and just take it point for point, the pressure really is on them to close also, if you can feed into that. And I think they knew that we were playing pretty well and win deuce games. And once we got that, the third one, and the place was rocking, yeah, it was going to be for all the marbles in the fourth set, in my opinion. And of course, it was a deuce one again, 25-23. So yeah, there's not a lot to that other than there's no magic in those situations. The magic in those situations, if there is such a thing, happens in the gold mine in the fall.
Vinny?
Coach, just want to ask you about Simon Torrey and his play tonight, not only at the net but from the service line. Can you just talk about what he meant to your team in the win tonight?
Yeah, well, we talked about the other night that he's a middle blocker and he blocks a ton of balls and causes all sorts of problems for opponents. He's had a great offensive season, but he also serves like an opposite, and that's a big deal for us. It allows us to have. It's not just the velocity of the speed. He's also a big guy hitting it at a high level, and it's just a funky ball when it comes across the net. And we scored a really, really high number when he makes his serve like he did. It was awesome for me to watch him go back in that moment and have no stress, because these guys have talked about some matches a couple of years ago when we were down 0-2, and Simon serving was a huge part of that one as well. So I think that I would like to believe he went back with some pretty good references in his mind of I've been here before, and until you've been there before, experience is kind of tough, right? He had that filed away, and it looked like it went behind the end line. Like, I've done this before, and I know where I'm going.
All right. Thank you, guys. Good luck in the
Thank you.
championship.
Thank you.